Hey everybody, it's Yolanda again, and I just wanted to put a review out there for the reimagining or reboot of I Spit on Your Grave. Now, this version is way different than the 1978 version. Now, the plot line is pretty much the same. We have a woman named Jennifer who goes out into the woods, and these creeps decide to go have a good time with her. They basically rape her, brutalize her, and everything. And they think they leave her for dead, but of course she's not dead. Now, the difference between the 2010 and the 2010 and the 1978 version. Of course, the 1978 version, the rape scenes were elongated, they were prolonged, and they were really brutal. Now, don't get me wrong, I thought that the rape scenes in this film was just as brutal, but I felt that in this film there was a lot of liberties that were taken, and in the case of what Jennifer was doing, right, there was also some innocent victims in here. These are not caused by Jennifer. I don't want to really spoil the plot for you if you haven't seen the film in it, but there's some innocent victims in this film, and for some reason that really disturbed me. Now, the revenge tactics that Jennifer uses in comparison to the 78 version, they're a lot more graphic, a lot more brutal, a lot more oh my god moments. But at the same time, it feels like this film was just being brutal for brutality's sake. You know, there's sometimes when sometimes overkill can be just a little bit too much. Now, there's some great acting here. Now, Jeff Branson, who plays Johnny, he's on The Young and Restless now, plays Ronan. And another person in this film I was just amazed that I saw was Rodney Eastman, who plays Andy. Now, you might not know the name of Rodney Eastman, but he was in The Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, and The Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. He also showed up in the movie The Opposite of Sex with Christina Ricci. That is a great film. So if you haven't seen The Opposite of Sex out there, people, go see The Opposite of Sex. Christina Ricci, come back to your form. You just disappeared off the planet, girl. But that's one of your greatest films. But anyway, as for how I feel about I Spit on Your Grave 2010, on one hand, I thought that some of the killings were good, but on the other hand, sometimes they were just a little bit too graphic. And all I can say out there is that if you are debating whether you should see the 2010 and the 1978 version, I would start out with the 1978 version and see how that is done first. Then consider watching the 2010. I can't give it a real strong recommendation. I just thought that some parts of the film did drag down. It looked like they were trying too hard to be better than the 78 version. Which, you know, no matter how you can try, it's sort of hard to top everything that happened in the 78 version to the 2010 version. Like I said, there's a lot of overkill in it. But I just thought that the 78 version was a little bit more brutal. I mean, in the subtleties, in a way. Like some of the things she was doing, you know, you could really get into that. But some of the things she does in the 2010 film, you go like, damn. So, watch the 78 version first. Maybe somewhere down the road, watch the 2010. It's an okay film. I just felt that it dragged and that there was just sometimes the violence just overwhelmed. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the reboot of I Spit on Your Grave. I hope that you enjoyed my comments, and I hope to talk to you later.